Hello everyone, my name is Matt, also known as the Survivor Guy. Today we're going to be taking a look at Russell Hantz's YouTube channel to figure out what it takes to get on Survivor these days.
If you're have a story and you're black, you're probably getting on the show.
So I stumbled across Russell Hantz's YouTube channel while I was doing a little bit of research for one of my previous videos, and just scrolling through some of the titles, I was like, this guy is insane. This is exactly the Russell Hantz that I remember from all those seasons ago. So I was looking through, I'm like, oh my god, like I could have a field day like watching this stuff, but one video in particular stuck out to me. And it's this one. What you need to do to get on Survivor these days. I want to get on Survivor. That's the whole point of this YouTube channel. So I thought it'd be a fun idea if I were to watch this for the first time with you guys and see if I have what it takes to get on Survivor these days, according to infamous Survivor player Russell Hantz. So let's take a look.
How long have you been trying to get on Survivor?
About 2 years now. Last year it was my first time applying, and this year will be my second time. So it's, I guess technically only 1 year then. 1 year, which is significantly less than most people that make it on the show, I'm aware. I'm playing the long game, don't worry.
What do you have to do to get on Survivor? I sent a video of a very well-known person. We will call this person they, them.
What? I was not expecting 52 seconds in. Already I'm like, Russell, what the fuck are you talking about? But
So they sent me a video, okay? And it was spectacular. It was the type of video that I would have sent them back in the day. It would have been like, yes, definitely.
what is he talking about? I feel like it's been 1:22 seconds, and I feel like he's just saying words. Like, there was this person. I can't tell you the person's name, but there was this person, and they sent me a video. I won't describe the video, but it was the type of video that I was like, yes. Dude, what?
Of the best I've ever sent. And nothing. Nothing. Because again, we all know it's the box checking thing. That's what we know is happening. It's all about
The box, is he like, by the box checking thing, is he implying that like he's applied to be on reality TV shows and hasn't gotten a response because he's white? Is that where he's going with this? Is he saying that like they're looking for diversity and therefore reality TV is now racist towards white people? Is that I feel like that's what he's getting at. I don't want to put words in his mouth if that's not what he's saying, but I feel like that's where he's going, and I'm getting ready for the cringe. Have you ever considered, maybe it's not the fact that you're white, maybe it's the fact that you're nuts? Just throwing it out there. But let's see what else he has to say. We still got 6 minutes left in this video.
So getting on Survivor nowadays, what do you have to do?
That's what I'm here for, Russell. Tell me.
It's very, very hard these days. So now, what you need to do is you need to have a sad story.
Here's my sad story, Russell. Let me know if this is sad enough for you. I have social anxiety. It's been a problem since kindergarten. That's when my parents took me to the doctor because they thought I was autistic. The doctor was like, no, he's not autistic. He just has crippling social anxiety that prevents him from speaking when he's in school. And then my parents were like, cool, let's do nothing about that. And I didn't even find out that I was actually brought to a doctor and diagnosed until college. I think it was college when I got sent home from COVID. I was just having dinner with my mom, and she just casually let it out in conversation. I was like, oh, that's neat. I just thought that I was a weirdo. Good to know there's medically something wrong with me. So that's actually the reason that I decided to go away to college, because I was socially anxious, and I'm like, you know what, if I'm going to get over this, if I'm going to, be able to be a functioning member of society, I should put myself in an uncomfortable situation and force my way through it and learn through it. And it worked, but it also didn't work. My freshman year didn't work very well because I was a little depressed, and by little I mean very. Basically the entire freshman year, which was 2019-2020. So my freshman year was actually cut short due to COVID. We all got sent home. And everyone else was like, oh man, this is so sad. We're getting locked inside. College is over, whatever. I was like, thank God I can go home. I am miserable out here. And I assumed it was just because I was in an unfamiliar situation. I didn't realize until I got home and nothing had changed. And I'm like, oh no, I straight up am depressed. Eventually, I met some friends at college, started hanging out with some great people, started doing all the things, basically forcing myself to do the things that I enjoy that I'd stopped doing because I know I enjoy them, even if I didn't feel motivated to do them, just forcing myself to do it anyway, so I wasn't just laying in bed all day like I always was. With the support of my friends and just basically deciding I'm sick of feeling like this, I want to do something about it, I got myself out of it. So there's my sad story, how I overcame it. Actually, another benefit for for Survivor, one of the things that happens when you're depressed is you don't have the motivation to get out of bed for anything, and that includes eating. So kind of taking a negative into a positive here, there were many days I dropped probably like 15, 20 pounds. They always say freshman 15 in your first year of college, you're supposed to gain 15 pounds. I probably lost at least that because I just couldn't find the motivation to get out of bed and eat. So you always see people on Survivor complaining about being hungry. I've been there before. Is that a sad enough story for you, Russell? Is that what they want to hear?
But it needs to resonate with CBS. Be a person of color. Okay, that's one.
So I was right earlier about the checking boxes thing. So I do have a sad story. It's not something that I like to dwell on, but if CBS wants me to tell it to resonate with audiences, I have no problem telling it. It is, a big chapter in my life. I don't necessarily think of it as a defining chapter of myself, but again, if that's the sad story they want, that's the sad story I'll give. Being a person of color, not really something I can do. Clearly, Russell seems to think that's very important. In recent years, yes, they have had more diverse people on the show. I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. It doesn't mean that if you're a white person, you can't get on the show. There are still plenty of white people on Survivor, so I don't really know what Russell's talking about here. I guess I'm 1 for 2, which, could be worse. So let's see what else he has to say. What other boxes do I need to check, Russell?
If you're have a story and you're black, you're probably getting on the show. So that's the case. That's the cases, guys. That's what it is. I'm sure I'm gonna get plenty of people on this video telling me how maybe I'm racist or something, or whatever it may.
I wouldn't necessarily say racist, just kind of funny. To his credit, there's no denying that Survivor is trying to diversify their cast more. So in that sense, as myself, I am white. Like, you can see, I am white. Yeah, it kind of lowers my odds, so I guess that's kind of what he's saying. The way he's saying it is just, I think it's just funny to me. I think it's very funny. Basically what he's saying is, if you're a white person, you have no chance, and if you're a black person, you're guaranteed to be on the show. Which is not true. Like, it's just simply not true. Would I have had a better chance of getting on Survivor if I applied in 2002 as opposed to applying now? Yeah, I would have. Like, Survivor was mostly white back then, and now it's, an actual diverse group of people. But I'm not gonna sit here and complain and whine and be like, it's not fair to me that... No, because it is fair to me. Because now everyone kind of has an equal shot. And just because there are people of different races, different ethnicities that are getting a shot, the same shot as me, doesn't mean it's not fair to me. Just because my odds are slim doesn't mean I should go and complain, oh, my odds are slim because of who I am and how I was born and it's racist. No, that's stupid. Because my odds are slim, that means I have to try harder. That means I have to do something above and beyond, something to set myself apart from everyone else so that I am an interesting enough person that they want to put me on Survivor. Who I am and my life experiences and even up to this YouTube channel that I'm doing now, all encompasses who I am as a person, and that's what makes the decision as to whether or not they want me for Survivor. Just because I am a certain race doesn't mean I'm guaranteed to be on the show or I'm guaranteed not to be on the show. Anyway, there's still, Jesus Christ, half the video left, so I'm sure Russell has more to say, so take it away, Russell.
Maybe you're trans. That would check a box. Maybe, what else? Oh, you're a, well, it's kind of trans, but you are a male, identify as a male having a baby, or your spouse. You're...
What? What is he talking about? Russell, what are you saying, buddy? He's listing all the ways that you can fill the diversity quota, right? So you can be a person of color, you can be trans, right? I would assume that the next thing he would say is you could be gay, but no, the next thing he says is you could be what did he say? A male that's pregnant and giving. What did he say? Hold on, I gotta run that one back a little bit.
Oh, you're a, well, it's kind of trans, but you are a male, identify as a male having a baby, or your spouse.
You're a male that identifies as a male that's having a baby. Well, I got a sad story. I'm a male that identifies as a male, but unfortunately I'm not having a baby, so I guess if I'm not having a baby, I can't get on Survivor, guys. It's over. Thank you for watching. This is the last video I'll ever post. I don't see how this relates to Survivor. I think we lost the thread a little bit, but maybe he'll bring it back. Let's keep going.
You've been in some kind of organization that was against this party or this party. You know what party I'm talking about. That.
I mean, when I was in college, I lived in a dorm where they said you couldn't party. Does that qualify? Is that what you're talking about, Russell? We get it, Russell. You're talking politics. When I clicked on a video titled What You Need to Do to Get on Survivor, I really wasn't expecting 8.5 minutes of just political vomit mouth. Like, I wasn't expecting that.
If you are a beautiful girl, probably not. Those days are over. I mean, trust me, it hurts me too. But
Alright, well, I guess that's another box that I checked because I'm not a beautiful girl, so I'm good in that sense. Are you suggesting that, like, Survivor only takes ugly people now? Because that would be great news for myself. I mean, clearly they took ugly people before because, I mean, you were on the show 3 separate times, so... You know what? That's a good way to gain some following, get myself more odds to get on the show. I just start a YouTube war with Russell Hantz. Russell, if you're watching this video, hit me up. I'd be open for a debate. Get like a Zoom meeting going and just go back and forth, have a debate, talk about Survivor. Great content for both of us. Offers extended. Hit me up.
so my advice to you guys is to lie.
To lie.
Completely lie.
Guys, I'm floored. Russell Hantz's advice to get on Survivor is to lie. Who could have seen this coming? Yeah, there are some things you could lie about. I could make up a backstory that's like really sad. Like, obviously I don't have to and I never would because that's the scummiest thing I've ever heard. But you said that I have to like be a person of color or be trans, and like, how do I lie about that? I can't exactly make a 3-minute video to apply to be on Survivor where I say casually that I'm black. I don't think anyone would believe that. I can be a convincing liar, but I think that one might be a bit too much. I don't know.
Because if you are a white male with no problems, just trying to be the villain, like myself, you are finished.
Hold on, now I'm curious, is the undertone of this that Russell has wanted to play again and they told him no? Is that like the undertone here? Because he just said if you're a white, honest man like myself, which, haha, trying to get on the show and play the villain, you're screwed. And the way he says that makes it seem like he knows from experience. I'm sure if that is the truth, in one of these other videos he's talked about it, but it's been almost 7 minutes of watching this video, and I don't think I could take watching another video in its entirety. I just don't think, I think my brain would just completely melt. I think I would have like a brain puddle instead of like an actual brain afterwards. We still have a minute and a half left on this video, and I honestly don't know if I can get through it, but I started this and I said that I would watch it, and I don't like giving up, so let's gut out this last minute and a half. I need to hear Jeff in my mind telling me to dig deep, and I can get through it.
And that's crazy to think that I could not make it in this casting world of Survivor these days. I couldn't do it. They would pass. We pass on you.
To be fair, Russell, I'd pass on you too. Like, honestly, I feel like he's kind of gone off the deep end a little bit since the last time he was on the show. Although he did have that entire meltdown at the reunion show where he said that there was a flaw in the game because he didn't win. So maybe he was always like this, and the editors did a good job of cutting it out.
So to get on the game of Survivor these days is very, very difficult. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how to present it to you.
Buddy, what are you making the video for if you don't know what to tell me? The whole point of the 8.5 minute video was to tell me how to get on Survivor, and now you're telling me you don't know what to tell me? Well, that was something. Let's recap our takeaways here. So, number one, first thing that Russell said, have a sad backstory. I guess I check that box, to use Russell's language. I check that box. Second box, be a person of color. I can't really do that. Can't really change that. So that one's, I guess that one's a moot point. Number three, be trans or a man who identifies as a man that's having a baby. I'm gonna toss this point out. What? So that's really all that Russell suggested, was to be diverse. I knew going in that Russell's advice was not going to be good, that I wasn't going to be coming away from this video with like actual advice on what I can do to get on Survivor. I just didn't think it was going to be this much of a show. I think what Russell kind of gets wrong here is they're not taking people that don't deserve to be on the show just because of their race. They're just taking more people that do deserve to be on the show from more diverse backgrounds. But despite the fact that Russell said, as a white person, that I can't get on Survivor and I should just give up and not bother applying, you're not stopping me, Russell. So my takeaway from this video is nothing. I'm going to stay the course. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, keep making these videos, hope that I gain some views, I gain some attention, some people, like what I'm doing, somebody at CBS notices, and they might pull my application out, take a closer look at it, and be like, you know what? This guy has what it takes to be on Survivor. So, thank you for watching. I'd appreciate it if you subscribed so that I could beat the check boxes and get on Survivor in spite of the fact that I'm white and not giving birth. And if you work at CBS, give me a call. Thanks, everyone.